Namaste everyone. Here we are going to solve the problems of your first test of compound interest, where you have to solve the problem without using the formulas. First problem is calculate the difference between compound interest and simple interest on rupees 4,000 at 8% per annum in 2 years. So for 2 years we have to find the difference between compound interest and simple interest. So simple interest, first we solve for simple interest. Now we know that simple interest for 2 years is given by formula PRT upon 100. Now here in this problem, value of P is 4,000, rate of interest is 8, time is 2 years, divide by 100. This gives us answer as 40 into 8 into 2. Now 8 4 is 32, so it will become 320 multiplied by 2. This gives answer as 640. So 640 is simple interest. For compound interest, I can use formula for compound interest directly, or I will first found amount. So the formula for amount is P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power N or T, I will say. Okay, so for time you can take T or N. Now as in the simple interest I have used T, here also I will use T. Principal is 4,000, 1 plus rate of interest is, rate of interest we have taken 8%, so 8 divided by 100 the whole power 2. Now this gives us 4,000 into 1 plus, now with 4 I can divide numerator and denominator, 4 2 is 8, 4 2 is 8, 2 20, 4 5 is the whole square. So this is 4,000 into 25 plus 2 is 27 divided by 25 into 27 divided by 25. Now we cut with 5, so 5 5 is 25, here 5 8 is, so it become 800. Then with 5 again I will cut 5 1 is 5, 3 30, 5 6 is, it become 160. Then I cut this 5 5 is 25 and this become 5 3 is 15, 1 10, 5 2 is 10. So finally we have 32 into 27 into 27 whole divided by 5. Now I use calculator here, but you are supposed to solve with the help of with manual calculation only. So here what we are getting? We are getting 32 multiplied by 27 multiplied by 27 whole divided by 5. So this gives value as 4665.6, 4666.5. Is it right? 4665.6, sorry, 466 5.6. This is amount, so therefore compound interest is amount minus P. So amount is 4665.6 minus value of P is 4,000. So we get result as 665.6. This is compound interest. And what is simple interest? 640. The question is calculate the difference between compound interest and simple interest. So therefore required difference is equals to compound interest minus simple interest, which is 665.6 minus 640. so minus 640. So 665 minus 640. So here after decimal I have 6, then 5 minus 0 is 5, 6 minus 4, 2, so 25.6. This is the difference. Okay. If you find it difficult to solve horizontally, you can solve vertically. Okay. So 665.6, okay, minus we have to do 640.0. So it is 640, but as this is in decimal, so I will write this 640 in decimal as 640.0. Now 6 minus 0 is 6, then I have decimal, 5 minus 0 is 5, 6 minus 4 is 2, 6 minus 6 is 0. So 25.6 is the required answer. Yes? Okay. Now second question is, during every financial year, the value of machine depreciates by 10%. Find the original value of machine which depreciate by rupees 2250 during the second year. So depreciation means change in value, as in case of interest, whenever we are solving problem, our amount is increasing by certain percent, and depreciation, the amount is decreasing by certain percent. So only difference between depreciation is that in place of 1 plus r upon 100, we use the formula 1 minus r upon 100. So during every financial year, the value of machine depreciate by 10%. Find original value of machine which depreciate by rupees 2250 during the second year. So for second year, the depreciation in value is 2250. So let us say, I will consider the original value of machine is rupees P. Okay, this is the original value of machine. So therefore value after 1 year, value after 1 year, your A1, I will say this will be P into 1 minus R upon 100 the whole power 1, because I am taking for 1 year. So this will be P into 1 minus R is 10, so 10 upon 100 power 1. This will give me P into this 0 0 cancel, 1 minus 1 upon 10, so 10 minus 1 is 9. So this is P into 9 upon 10. So this is 9P upon 10. This is the value after 1 year. Now depreciation for the second year is 2250. So this depreciation is same as the simple interest. So because simple interest, in that simple interest what we are getting extra amount what we are getting. In depreciation, it indicates the amount which we are losing. So depreciation for second year is 2250. I will say that depreciation for second year is 2250. So therefore this 2250 will be equal to, now for the second year your principal is 9P upon 10, so it is 9P upon 10 into R, so the value of R is 10, into N or T, so value of T is 1 year, divided by 100. So let us solve. This 10 and this 10 will cancel. So I have 2250 is equals to 9P upon 100. Therefore this 9P will be 2250 into 100 is equals to 9P. Because this 100 is in denominator, it will move on this side, it will multiply, and therefore I will get the value of P as 2250 multiplied by 100 divided by 9. Now 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 5 9. So this 2250 will be divisible by 9, so I will divide. So 9 1 the 9, 9 2 the 18. So 18 plus 4 22 45, 9 5 the 45. So this is 250 multiplied by 100. So this gives us 25000, that is 25,000. So during the financial year the value of machine depreciated by 10%, find the original value of machine. So therefore I will say, therefore the original value of machine is rupees 25,000. Next question is, find the sum invested at 10% compounded annually on which the interest for the first year plus the interest for the third year amount to 1768. Find the sum invested. So again in this problem we have to find the sum, that is P is unknown. What is given? Rate of interest is given 10%. Okay. And interest for first year and second year and third year is given 1768. So I will say that compound interest for first year, because interest is compounded, plus compound interest for third year, this is given 1768. Okay. Now let us see the original amount, sum invested. Sum invested we don't know, so sum invested is P. Sum invested is P. Now sum invested is P. Okay. So interest for first year or amount after 1 year is A1 equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100. So the value of P we don't know, so P into 1 plus the value of R is 10, so 10 upon 100. This gives me P into this 0 0 will cancel, 10 plus 1 11 upon 10. So this is 11 upon 10 P. This is amount after 1 year. So therefore compound interest for 1 year. So compound interest for first year will be 11 upon 10 P minus P, because original sum is P. So I will say that minus P. 11 upon 10 P minus P, on calculation I will get P upon 10. This is compound interest for first year. Okay. Now A2 is amount after 2 years. So for that we will take A1 as the principal, then again it is 1 plus R upon 100, that is after simplification we got 1 upon 2, that gives us 11 upon 10 A1, which is 11 upon 10 into the value of A1 is 11 upon 10 P. So this gives us 11 into 11 is 121 upon 100 P. Now this is A2, so therefore compound interest after compound interest for, I will say, for second year. Compound interest, what is given? Find the sum of invested when the compounded annually on which the interest for the first year plus the interest for the third year. Okay, interest for the second year. So this is compound interest for second year. Actually it is not required, but let us find. It is 121 P upon 100 P minus upon 100 minus 11 P upon 10. Okay, because amount in the beginning of second year was 11p upon 10. So I will multiply this by 10, so it become 121p upon 100 minus 110p upon 100. So 121 minus 110, it gives us 11p upon 100. So 11p upon 100, this is compound interest for second year. This is compound interest for second year. Now for third year, our amount A3 will be equals to A2 into 1 plus 1 upon 10. Okay, so the value of A2 is 121 upon 100 p. The value of A2 we have calculated 121 upon 100 p. Inside bracket we have 11 upon 10. So 121 into 11, you can calculate 121 into 11. 11 means the 11, 1, 11 to the 22 plus 1, 23, 2, 11 means the 11 plus 2, 13. So it become 1331 divided by 1000 times p. This is A3. And compound interest for third year, compound interest for third year will be equals to A3 minus A2. The value of A3 is 1331 upon 1000 p minus the value of A2. The value of A2 is 121 upon 100 p. 121 upon 100 p. This gives us 1331 divided by 1000 p minus 1210 divided by 1000 p. Okay, I have multiplied by 10. I have multiplied and divided by 10, so the denominator became 1000. Now 1331 p minus 1210, so my numerator will be 1331 p minus 1210 p whole divided by 1000. So this gives us 1 minus 0 is 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1 and 1 minus 1 is 0. So it is 121 p upon 1000. So 121 p upon 1000, this is compound interest for third year. Okay, as per problem, in problem what is given? You have given that compound interest for first year plus compound interest for third year. This is equals to compound interest for first year is p upon 10. Compound interest for first year is p upon 10 plus compound interest for third year is 121 p upon 1000, and this total is equal to total compound interest for first year and third year is 1768. It is 1768. So therefore now I multiply this with 100, so I will get 100p upon 1000 plus 121p upon 1000 is equals to 1768. So therefore numerator I will add, it will become 221p upon 1000 is equals to 1768. So therefore I will say that p is equals to 1768 multiplied by 1000 upon 221. Now with 221 I will divide this 1768. Okay, so 1768 I will divide with 221. Now I cannot divide this 176 with 221, so I will take this whole 4 digits 1768. Now at the unit place I have 1 and here it is 8. So let us see what is the product of 221 into 8. So 1 8 is 8, 8 2 is 16, 6, 8 2 is 16, 1 17, 1768. So here I will write 8, 221 into 8 is 1768, it will cancel. So I can divide this 1768 with 221, I will get 8 as answer. Therefore the value of P is 8 into 1000. This gives me 8000 as a result. So have you got it, the value of P? We have to find the sum invested. So initially we don't know what is the sum, so we have assumed that it is P. What is given, that interest for first year and interest for third year is their addition is 1768. So step by step I have find out interest for first year, then interest for second year, then interest for third year. Now as I am taking one year, so I am going to use the formula for simple interest to calculate interest. Or here what I have done, instead of using the formula for simple interest, what I have done, I have find out amount after each year and then subtracted the amount 1 year before to get the interest. That way also you can do. So I preferred that way. I find first A1, then I subtracted P to get the compound interest for first year, and the same way I find amount after second year, for which the amount at the end of first year will become the principal, and then I computed compound interest for second year. Actually this after second year what is compound interest, that is not needed. For third year the amount is A3 and the principal become A2, so I use the value of A2 and I got A3. Then from A3 I subtract A2, that gives me compound interest for third year. So this is important, you have to understand how you are getting compound interest for third year. So compound interest for third year, after calculation it is 121p upon 1000. Now compound interest after third year plus compound interest after 1 year, their addition is given 1768. So I added compound interest after 1 year and compound interest after 3 year, its total is 1768. Then after simplification I got the answer of P, which is rupees 8000. Now let us see the next problem. The simple interest on a certain sum computes to rupees 600 in 3 years, and the compound interest on the same sum at the same rate for 2 years compute to rupees 410. Find the rate percent. The simple interest on certain sum compute to certain sum, that means P we don't know. So what we will say? We say let P is your principal. Okay. Principal you say, or sum invested. Sum, or simply I will say that it is P is sum, or let sum is P. Sum means initial amount what I am investing, sum is P. Okay. Now the simple interest on certain sum compute to rupees 600 in 3 years. So as per problem, as per first condition, simple interest is equals to, formula is PRT upon 100. Simple interest is given 600, principal we don't know, rate of interest on the simple interest on certain sum compared to rupees 600 in theory, and compound interest on the same sum at the same rate for 2 years. So rate we don't know, so I will take R, and time frame is known, which is 3 years, divide by 100. So from this what we are getting? We are getting the value of PR. So 600 into 100 divided by 3 is PR. So 3 2s are 200 into 100 is 2102 to 40 to 20,000. I will say the value of PR is 20,000. Now next, what is given? It is given that the simple interest on certain sum is rupees 600 in 3 years, and the compound interest on the same sum at the same rate for 2 years compute to 410. Now the formula for compound interest is P into, inside bracket we have 1 plus R upon 100 power n or t, I will say minus 1. Okay, this is the formula for compound interest which we can use directly. So compound interest for 2 years they have given is rupees 410. So better I will write 410 here. 410 is equals to P. Now here inside the bracket I will open it. So this is 1 plus R upon 100. Here the power is 2 minus 1. So this is P into 1 plus, now a plus b the whole square is a square. So square of 1 is 1, a square plus 2 into a is 1 and b is R upon 100 plus b square which is R upon 100 the whole square, and then we have minus 1. So this is P into, now 1 minus 1 it is cancelled. Here we have R, 2R, I will say that 2R upon 100, and here I have R square upon 10,000, and on left hand side we have 410 equal to, I will open this bracket. So it is 2 PR upon 100 plus PR square. So PR square means PR into R divided by 10,000. Now why I am writing this PR square as PR into R? Because I know the value of PR. Now here if you see, you know the value of PR is 20,000. So I can say that this is equation 1. So this is, therefore I will say that 410 equal to 2 into 20,000 divided by 100 plus 20,000 into R divided by 10,000. Okay, from where we have got this? From 1. Now this 400, therefore this 410 equal to 1020 I will cancel. So 200 into 2 is what? 400 plus here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I got? 2R. So 400 plus 2R. This 400 will come on left hand side. 410 minus 400 gives the value of 2R. This is 10. 10 equal to 2R. So R is equals to 5. The value of R is 5. So rate of interest R is 5. What is asked? Find the rate percent. So rate percent we have done. Therefore rate percent, I will say rate percent is equals to 5%. Done. Now let us move to next question. The sum of money, if I discuss what we have done, so P is unknown and R is also unknown, but what they have given that 600 is the amount of simple interest after 3 years. So we have applied the formula for simple interest, and from there we got the value of P into R, as P and R both are unknown. Then for 2 years the compound interest is given 410. So we use the formula for compound interest, we simplified it, we got PR in the expression. So in place of PR we have substituted 20,000, and after simplification we get the value of R. Okay, now let us move to fifth problem. Fifth problem is the sum of money at compound interest amount to rupees 8,100 in 5 years and 8,748 in 6 years. So A5 is given, A5 means amount after 5 years, it is 8100, and A6 is given which is 8,748. We have to find rate percent. First we have to find rate percent, second we have to find amount in 7 years, and third we have to find amount in 4 years. Now the formula for A5, okay, A5, we know that A5 is P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power 5. This is A5. And A6 is P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power 6. So when you get these kind of problems, then it is better that you divide one equation by other. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So I will say that divide equation 2 by 1. So when I divide, I will get A6 in numerator and A5 in denominator, and here we have P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power 6 upon P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power 5. So this is whole power 6 and this is whole power 5. So first of all, this P and P will cancel. Then base is same, that is 1 plus R upon 100, and power what we do here, it is 6 and 5. So we say that this is 6 minus 5, which is 1, right? You know the formula that if A power, here we have an identity na, if A power m upon A power n, so we write this as A power m minus n, provided m is greater than n. So that rule, exponent rule, we have used here. So after using that rule, we have this value as 1 plus R upon 100, and on left hand side we have A6 upon A5. So the value of A6 is 8748. So therefore we say that 8748 divided by, in denominator we have 8100, and on right hand side we have 1 plus R upon 100. So first I move this one on left hand side. So I get 8748 upon 8100 minus 1 equal to R upon 100. Therefore 8748 minus 8100 upon 8100 is equals to R upon 100. So therefore we have 8, then we have 4, then 7 minus 1 is 6, divided by, here we have 8100 equal to R upon 100. Now I will cancel 20 from this side and this side. Okay, it is same as multiplying both the side by 100. Now 648, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 8 18, 18 can be divided by 9, and 81 also divided by 9. So 9 9 is 81, here 9 1 is 9, 9 5 is 45, 9 6 is 54, 9 7 is 63. So 9 7 is 63, 1 carry 18, 9 2 is 18. Then again 9 1 is 9, 9 8 is 72. So therefore on left hand side I have 8 and right hand side I have R. So therefore R is 8%. So rate of interest we got. Now what we have to find after getting rate of interest? We have to find amount in 7 year. So amount in 7 year, A7 I have to find out. Therefore A7, amount in 7 year. Amount in 7 year formula is P into, so for that we need P also. So for P what we will do? We choose any of the equation and find its value, or else the amount after 6 year is given. So for amount after 7 year we can use what we can do as the rate of interest, but we know. So amount after 6 year will become principal for amount after 7 year. So that way we can do, or what we can do, we can find the value of P. So I will say now A5, so A5 we know. Now A5 is P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power 5. Therefore, the value of A5 is 8100. The value of A5 is what? 8100. Sum of money at compound interest is 8100 after 5 years. So A5 is 8100. So here I will write 8100 equal to value of P is P, 1 plus value of R is 8. So 8 upon 100 the whole power 5. This is P into 1 plus. Now with 4 I can divide 4 to the 8 and 4 to the 8 to 24 5 the whole power 5. So therefore we have 8100 is equals to P into, this is 25 plus 2 is 27, 27 upon 25 the whole power 5. So this is P into 27 upon 25 into 27 upon 25 into 27 upon 25, 1, 2, 3, 4 time and 5 time. So this will move on left hand side. So on left hand side I have therefore 8100 into in numerator 25 into 25 into 25 into 25 into 25. Now actually this process is little difficult, little tough. Okay. So instead of doing this much calculation, it was better that I use amount after 6 year as P and then find amount after 7 year. Now here one thing is clear, that this 8100 is going to be divided with this 27. Okay. Now here see 81. So 81, 8 plus 1, 9, it is divisible by 9, and 9 3 is 27, it is also divisible by 9. So here we will say that 9 3 is 27 and here 9 9 is 81. So it is 900. Then I will divide this with 9, 9 3 is, and here I have 9 1 is, so 100. Now 100 into 25 into 25 into 25. Now this become very lengthy. Okay. So don't worry, you keep this value as P. Okay, this is your P na. So you say that our P is 81,000. Better don't cancel out, just say that 81,000 into 25 upon 27 the whole power 5. This is the value of P. Okay, we will not calculate. Okay, we will keep this as 27 upon 25 power 5. When it will move on left side, it will become 25 upon 27 power 5. So this is the value of P. Now what I have to find? I have to find A7. So A7 is what? A7 is P into 1 plus R upon 100 power 7. Now the value of P is 81,000 into 1 plus R upon 100 is what? 8 upon, so ultimately we got 27 upon 25. So this is R is 8, 8 upon 100 the whole power 7. But value of P, value of P, first I will write value of P completely. So value of P is into 25 upon 27 power 5, and 1 plus R upon 100 the power 7 is actually 27 upon 25 power 7. Now see here, this 25 power 5 is in numerator and this 25 power 7 is here in denominator, and similarly 27 power 5 is in denominator and here in numerator. So it will become 81,000 multiplied by this 27 upon 25. I will write 27 upon 25 the whole power 2. Okay, right? So 27 power 2 is remaining, as this will cancel, and here in denominator 25 power 2 is remaining. So 27 upon 25 the whole power 2. Now this calculation is easy. This is 81,000 into 27 into 27 divided by 25 into 25. So you will divide by 5 and then again with 5, like that you do the calculation. Finally what you will do, I will calculate this with calculator. Okay, so this is 81,000, we have 81,000, then we have into 27 into 27, then we have to divide with 25. Okay, whatever value we get, we divide this again with 25. So this will become 94,478.4, 94,478.4. This is amount after 7 year and amount after 5 year, that is A5. So the formula for A5 is P into A5 or A4. What we have to find? A5 so it is already given. We have to find amount in 4 year. The amount in 4 year, that is A4, we have to find out. So A4, let us calculate A4. It is P, A4 is P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power 4. Now the value of P is 81,000 into 25 upon 27 the whole power 5 into 27 upon 25 the whole power 4. Now here when we calculate this 27 power 4 and this 27 power 5, they will cancel, and in denominator we have 27. Similarly in numerator this 25 power 4 and this 25 power 5, they will cancel, and in numerator I have 25. So in numerator I have 25 and in denominator I have 27. Now I will again calculate. Okay, so 81, we have 81,000 multiplied by 25 divided by 27. Okay, when you are doing manual calculation, first divide by 27, so you will get 75,000. So amount after 4 years is 75,000, amount after 7 years is 94,478.4. Principal is 81,000 into 25 upon 27 power 5. Rate of interest is 8%. So what is asked first? Rate percent 8%, and amount is 7 year and amount in 4 year. So again very lengthy question. Now let us see the next question. Question number 6. A man borrows rupees 10,000 at 10% compound interest, compounded yearly. At the end of each year, he pays back 30% of the sum borrowed. How much money is left unpaid just after the second year? Okay, so a man borrows 10,000. So this is P. P is given 10,000. Now rate of interest is given 10%. At the end of each year, he pays back 30%. So at the end of year, he pays 30% of the sum borrowed. So 30% of the sum borrowed is 10,000. We calculate 30% of this sum and we will repay this. How much money is left unpaid just after the second year? We have to find just after the second year. So here first we will find A1, that is what is the amount left after first year. So A1 is what? A1 is P into 1 plus R upon 100, that's it. So this is 10,000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100, this is this will become 10,000 into this 0 will cancel and I have 11 upon 10. So this 0 and this 0 will cancel and this 10,000 will become 11,000. Now this is the amount after 1 year. Amount repaid after 1 year is what? Amount repaid after 1 year. Amount repaid after 1 year is 30% of 10,000. What is the initial borrowed amount? So that is 30% means 30 upon 100 multiplied by 10,000. So I will cancel these two zeros. So 30 into 100 is 3,000. So 3,000 we have repaid. So balance amount. Therefore balance amount after 1 year. So balance amount after 1 year will be 11,000 minus 3,000. So this gives me 8,000 rupees. So this is the balance amount after 1 year. Now after 1 year 8,000 is balance. This 8,000 will become principal for second year. So therefore I will say that principal for second year. Principal for second year is rupees 8,000. Therefore amount after second year, it will be A2. A2 will be equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100, but here the value of P we will take as 8,000 into value of 1 plus R. The value of R is 10 upon 100, again 10 upon 100. So this gives us answer as 8,000 into this 0 cancel, 10 plus 1 11 upon 10. So this 0 and this 0 cancel, 800 into 11 is 8800. So 8,800 is amount after second year. Now what is the question? How much money is left unpaid just after the second year? So just after second year amount is 8,800, but after second year I am repaying 3,000. So I don't know whether they are asking for this amount. So I will calculate amount repaid. Is rupees 3,000. So therefore balance amount after second year. So balance amount after second year is equal to 8,800 minus 3,000 equal to 5,800. This 5,800 is the amount balance. Amount balance after second year is 5,800. Okay, now let us see the last question. On a certain sum of money lent out at compound interest for first, second and third year are rupees 1,500, 1,725 and 2,070 respectively. Find the rate of interest for the second year and third year. Now this question, it seems that something is missing. On certain sum of money lent out at compound interest, so P is fixed. I don't know what is the value of P. The compound interest for first year is 1,500. Compound interest for second year is 1,725 2725 and compound interest for third year is 272070. We have to find the rate of interest for second year and for the third year. So at some point what it indicates that the rate of interest is changing. Okay, the rate of interest is changing, whether it is changing every year or it is changing for second year and third year, that we don't know. So I think we cannot solve this problem, okay, until and unless there is clarity for that change. So we stop at this problem number 6. Okay, I hope you understand all these 6 problems very well. Yes, thank you.